And obviously there's a case that Messi is an anomaly, not only because of the attraction that he brings, Seb, but also he turned down big money in Saudi Arabia, which many others haven't. Karim Benzema, Cristiano Ronaldo, the list goes on. That's how much of a game changer is that for MLS going forward? In the past, you would imagine they would attract those players a lot easier.
Well, I just think to Nedum's point, I mean, look at the immediate influx of talent from Inter Miami. Within days of him signing, you get Sergio Busquets, you get Jordi Alba. We're hearing links now with Luka Modric, Luis Suarez. Gremio just announced that he's going to be out of contract at the end of the year. And that's just for Inter Miami. I think when Lionel Messi comes to this league, he validates the league that a player who's just coming off one of the greatest World Cup performances of all time, capping his career, would come to MLS at that moment of his career is hugely important for the league moving forward. I think you guys are trying a little too hard here to find a fly in the ointment. Like, what's the point that Major League Soccer has over-marketed Lionel Messi and Inter Miami? This is the biggest thing to ever happen in the history of the league. They should act accordingly. Yes, when Lionel Messi goes out of the postseason contention, some of the lights, some of the media is going to go off, but that's to be expected. I'm with Ale. I don't know that there's going to be huge long-term significance. But right now, while Lionel Messi is here, MLS has no chance and no choice but to milk this for all that it's worth. So, I don't think it's a bad thing that fewer people are going to be paying attention when Lionel Messi leaves. That's just the reality. And by the way, that happened to La Liga as well. So it's not unique to Major League Soccer that when this guy leaves, people don't care as much.
Oh. Okay, well, you told us, Seb. Really felt that. Look. Okay. I'm a product of Major League Soccer, right?
Yes.
I played.
What a product.
And what a product that was, let me just tell you. I played my whole professional career in Major League Soccer, and I've been from the old school MLS to whatever became after Beckham was here, to something that improved after that. I've seen the evolution of MLS. And now, covering the sport from this sort of angle, I continue to see the evolution of MLS. And so, when you have been in MLS or around MLS as long as I have seen all these things. I have seen the Freddie Adu. I have seen a billboard on the 405 in LA where the LA Galaxy is playing my LA Galaxy. Come and watch Freddie Adu, big picture of Freddie Adu, take on your LA Galaxy, sort of like a small print.
Oh.
Freddie Adu was the star, right? And MLS, what did they do? To use Seb's terminology, they milked it for as long as they possibly could. And that lasted a short period of time because it was an untenable situation. David Beckham, they milked that as long as they possibly could. Early on, people will forget about this, but early on when David Beckham was in this league, even though they were selling out, the LA Galaxy, they stunk. They were terrible. They were terrible. And then they were sort of handed the keys to the league, basically, in which they were allowed to sign multiple number of players and so all sorts of rules and changes to the rules that allow the LA Galaxy to become dominant. It's like, no, it's no longer just David Beckham. Now it's Robbie Keane as well. And it's Landon Donovan. And it's this guy and that guy and that guy. And why is this team allowed to do that? Well, because MLS was milking it for as much as they possibly could. They'll continue to do this. My contention is, before Zlatan showed up, and before Lionel Messi showed up, there was this tendency, this rhetoric that MLS were trying to spin in saying, we're building on the young guys. We're going to be a league that is going to develop the talent here because we're going to be a major player. We want to be a major player in the world market where we develop these players and then we're able to partake in that market and sell players to Europe. A good example of that is Miguel Almirón. That was supposed to be the channel. That was supposed to be the path that MLS was following, and that's the way that they were selling themselves. And that's why you saw the influx of young Central American players, because that's what they were trying to do, and South American players. But Lionel Messi showed up, and it's like, young players! Young players! Big names! We care about the big names, right? So my point is that MLS just changes the narrative and the rhetoric when it suits them. Wherever the wind is blowing, they'll change it. Now, to the point that Seb is making, for Lionel Messi, anybody changes. But don't forget that this league is built not on Lionel Messi, But on the other guys, Lionel Messi will come and will go. And it's great, and everybody's going to enjoy it. And now I got a chance to watch Lionel Messi, and fantastic, and people are going to benefit, and somebody's going to make money. Not the three of us, but somebody will make money. Yeah, somebody's going to make money because of it. It's the league, and that group guy, that middle pack of players, that it's the engine and the lifeblood of MLS. Those are the guys that we also need to pay attention to. Not like Lionel Messi, because of course he's going to attract all the attention, and rightfully so, don't get me wrong. But these are the guys that the fans need to connect with. This group of players, those are the guys that keep your franchise alive. Those are the players that get you into the playoffs. Those are the players that win you championship. Those are the group of players that you need to value in order to identify with a team. If you just identify with one individual, and I'm not talking just about Inter Miami fans, I'm talking about all the other fans around this country that couldn't care less about whether their team was playing or not, their local team. They just care about Messi. And they came here to see Messi. Well, how about next weekend? Your team plays a home game, and it's one that decides whether you go to the playoffs or not. And did they show up? No. That's a problem. And that's what I'm saying. That's a problem. If there's no connection between that fan and that group of players that is not Lionel Messi, then it's not sustainable success.